They're 5-3. It's not the time to throw in the towel. The schedule's still favorable. They can still win 10, 11 games. But that was rough against the Texans. They didn't do anything well. Their best play was a kick return by Brian Robinson. They didn't run the ball well. They didn't pass the ball well. They didn't stop the run. They couldn't cover. They couldn't get past. I mean, the technical term is they sucked against the Texans. And this could be the beginning of a stretch of bad football. I don't know. Bryce Huff's not coming back this week, it doesn't seem like. Nick Bosa's not coming back at all. So with that in mind, they got one more week to decide what to do. Should the Niners be buyers or sellers at the deadline?
The only thing I'm buying is something that's going to make this team good for the future. I'm not buying anything that's a 1-year rental or that's giving away a ton of draft capital for the future. It's all about the future for me on this team. To me, the Niners need to rebuild. That's how I look at them. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, but I think it'll hold true. I think the Niners will make the playoffs, but they're not going to win the Super Bowl. Next year, the core is going to get older. Like, they have to rebuild. That means they have to save draft capital. And I know you're probably thinking, well, they can't draft well. And I hear you, right? So if they're going to make a trade and be buyers in this market, go get somebody that's proven, that is affordable, that you can have for the future. And that's it. If it's not that, I don't want it.
Yeah, it's too bad. I feel like the Niners found their formula with Kyle Shanahan, but they lost it because, to me, have some self-awareness. You are able to get incredible production out of no-name quarterbacks every time. And you're not that good at drafting. So if you pay that quarterback, it puts a premium on drafting. If you don't, you can trade picks for players like Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams. That's how you put together that super team. You know, like, that's what you should be doing. Trading a second and a third and a fourth for some player that the Panthers don't know what to do with, or not. You know what I mean? Like, something like that. That's where you're at your best. But you can't do that this year because you can't afford to pay any more veterans. Like, you really do need guys on rookie deals, and that's a crapshoot.
What does that mean?
So, okay, yeah, I wouldn't trade the first round pick. You can't trade that for a guy who's expensive. I would trade Jawan Jennings. I think the team would be better off without him. He's like this year's Debo. He's got to go. Yeah. He's got to go. They keep trying to get him involved to the detriment of the team. Anytime they ask him to block at the point of attack or catch a pass, it's like, good luck. PrizePicks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code COHN, COHN, and download the app now.
George Kittle, Fred Warner, to me, though, that's the heartbeat of this team. Even though Fred's hurt, I still believe he'll come back and he'll be fine. That's the heart of this team. And then whoever's good and on an affordable contract or on a rookie contract, keep those guys. But they got to be thinking for the future. So you can't give up anything that's going to sacrifice your future. If you're giving away a high draft pick for a guy that's on a 1-year rental that's going to need a new contract after the season, I'm cool on that. I don't want that. But if you're trading for a CMC, go ahead.
That being said, if they could get like an offensive lineman who could be here for a while, I'd be in favor of that.
I would. I just don't think it's likely in the middle of the season.
Because they can't draft offensive linemen.
I agree. And that's probably how they're going to replace Trent whenever that day comes, is through free agency. So,
trade.
Yeah, it's just middle of the season. Who's one who's going to give up an offensive line, and how quickly can they learn Kyle's complex scheme, right? You'd have to be coming from a team that runs something similar to just be able to insert him right away.
I have something radical to propose. As long as we're talking about selling, and I'm not trying to wave the white flag, I would like to improve the team here and there if you could, without trading away high draft picks. But if you're trying to trade someone whose value is at its highest now and won't ever be as high again, and you're making tough decisions, I would trade Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
No offense to Christian, but this is it, man. He's not going to have any. He's not going to have more trade value in the offseason. You're giving him 30 touches a game. Some team might feel like they could give him a little more space and that he could put him over the top this year. The Niners aren't going to win the Super Bowl this year. So what's the point? I would trade Christian McCaffrey.
I would be open to, like I said, I'd be open to trading anybody. I know that's too far for some people, like, right? Like I'd trade Trent Williams. As crazy as that sounds, because they don't have anything behind them, I would do it. I would. To me, it's about the future with this team. If this team ever gets to the level of 2023, in my opinion, it's going to be 3 or 4 years from now. If Kyle's still coaching at that point, because some of their draft picks have finally developed and are able to replace the core of this team. Kyle Juszczyk's not going to be here. Trent Williams won't be here. CMC won't be here when they finally get back to where they need to be. And I just don't see it happening this year, next year. And I don't want to go all in on this season. What I want to do, I don't want to give up on this season. I want to go all in on these young guys and their development and see what they can do.
You know who has the most trade value in the organization?
Fred, probably, if he was healthy.
Nah, he's not though. Like right today. Today,
Mac.
Now I can think of someone with more trade value than Mac.
All right, who?
Kyle Shanahan.
Oh shit, yeah.
I'm not saying they would, but if you really want like 2 firsts and 2 seconds, and like an offensive line, and maybe a team that doesn't have 800 injuries every year, it'd be a thought. But I don't know if Niner fans are ready for that.
They're not. And Kyle Shanahan,
I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He's a good coach.
He's a good coach. He's a good coordinator. He's a better coordinator than he is a coach.
He got schooled yesterday, man. That was bad.
Yeah, I think Jed York is going to. I think Kyle's going to be coaching for a long time, and I think 49er fans, you need to brace yourself for a 3 year. 3 years from now, they might get back to where they were. But that's going to be if they can find a replacement for Trent, if they can find a replacement for CMC, if they can find another
draft really well.
Right.
If they can draft better than they have since 2020, since COVID.